Hello everyone, this is Ishant here. In this video tutorial, we will be learning about the data frames. The two important points that we are going to learn in this video is first accessing and second one is the slicing of members and accessing of members. How the questions can be asked in the examination? Let's start. The first point that can be asked, say first of all I am going to give you the output of this code. Let's understand what a code is asking about. Say here we have imported the pandas as PD. Then here we have created an object, a dictionary object with the values. After that, what we have done, we have created a data frame object here, result df. Now whatever the operation that we are going to perform will be performed on this data frame object. And now what we are going to do, we are just printing the output. So as you can see, the output of this data frame is visible here. I am going to zoom it here, so you can watch here. The name of the students is given here as a Geeta, Sonu, Rita, Sita and all that, along with the subject values, say math, science, Hindi, IP and CS. So how the questions can be asked in the examination, let's try to understand and write the answers for these queries. So the first question that is in front of us is the find out the number of marks obtained by Ria in all subjects. It means here Ria is here. Okay, now what we have to do, the question is asking, we have to identify or we have to find out the number of marks obtained by Ria in all the subjects like math, science, Hindi, IP and CS. So let's try to write a code for it. So for this, first of all I will write print so that it can be fetched in the output screen. I will write the name of the object, say result df dot loc, okay, in a small character. After that I will be using the square brackets and then colon, give a comma. Now give the name of the column that you want to access for. In our case, the question is asking for Ria, so I will write here Ria. Okay, now let's try to execute this one. As you can see that we have got the answer for this question. We have fetched all the values of Ria for all the subjects and the marks obtained by her. So this was all about the first query. Here we are fetching the results for Ria, and now here you can find Ria is flashing here, and here the name, the data type that we have obtained here is the int64. That is the in maths she has secured 85, science 69 and all that. So this was all about the first question. There is also an alternate method for this. What is that? Let's try to write out print result df. Okay, now what I will do, I will pass the name of the student whose result is to be fetched out. Say again, in this case say Ria. So the output for this will be the same as the previous one. I am going to give you the execution of this one. It means both the statements can be used for fetching out the result or for finding out the answer. I hope it is clear to everyone. Now the next question is asking that find out the number of marks obtained by Ria and Sita. It means we have to identify two people. We have to identify the data for two people for all the subjects. Okay, so for this, first of all I will write print. Now as we have done before, I will write the name of the object here, that is the result df. So I will write here Ria. Okay, now give a comma here, then say Sita. Okay, but here is a small slightly change is there, a small change is there. When you are accessing a single column, then a single square bracket is required, but when you are accessing the multiple people here, say Ria, Sita, Mona, etc., so you are required to use the double brackets here. Clear? So in this way we can identify the number for Riya and Sita for all the subjects. I hope you have got the concept. Again, if you want to pass a third member also, suppose that you are also required to find out the marks for Mona, so you can write here MONA, and now when you will execute, you will find another column has been added to it, Mona. So in this way we can find out the answers as per the questions asked. Now let's move to the third question. What the third question is asking about: find out the number of marks of all students in IP and science. It means I will use the single square brackets. In single square brackets, as we already know that we have to use the colon here so that we can perform the slice operation. I will be writing the name of the first subject from where I have to start, say science, and till when, till IP. Till IP subject I have to slice, or I have to extract the data. So let's try to execute it. And here you will find I have extracted the data from science to IP. In this way we can perform the slice operation, that is extraction of the data from science to IP. That includes the science, Hindi and IP. Now let's move ahead to the fifth question. Find out the number of marks of all students from IP to science. Now just a vice versa of the previous one. Okay, what actually is happening here? We are moving from science to IP. So it was in a sequence from top to bottom. What will happen when we perform the slice operation from bottom to top? So I will write here print, then say the data frame object result.df.loc, and now just change the or swap the values. Say IP first slash science here. Okay. When I will execute, I will come to know that I will have find an empty data frame. Why? Because the interpreter works from top to bottom, not from bottom to top. Therefore, we will get an empty data frame object here, or empty data frame here. I hope this concept is also clear to you. Now let's move to the next question. Question number 6. Find out the number of marks of Meeta from science to IP. It means we have to perform the slice operation from science to IP only for one student whose name is Meeta. We have to perform the slice operation from science to IP. Clear? So I will write here print. Okay. Then name of the data frame is result.df. Again, result.df has already been cleared. Now I will be writing here LOC. After that, since I have to perform the slice operation, I will be again writing from science to IP. So I will be writing here SCIENC science colon IP. Clear? You can also use single quotes here as per your requirement. It is not a matter of question here. You can use single quotes, you can use double quotes as per your requirement. But if you are using single quotes, use entire statement as a single quotes, as entirely double quotes. After that, what we have to do? We have to write the name of the person whose data is to be fetched. Say in our case, it's Meeta. So I will write here M-I-T-A, Meeta. Clear? After that, I will execute this program, and here you will come to know that I have extracted information for Meeta for 3 consecutive subjects, say science, Hindi and IP. Clear? But what will happen if I write IP here and science here? I will again get the empty data frame because the interpreter works from top to bottom. So this was all about the question number 6 that we have seen. Now let's move to the question number 7. Okay. Question number 7. What the question number 7 is asking about? Find out the number of marks from Sonu to Mita from science to IP. It means we have to perform two slicing here. First, from Sonu to Mita. It means from Sonu to Mita. Okay, this 5 columns will be extracted, and from science to IP. It means here 3 rows will be extracted here. Science to IP, three rows along with the from Sonu to Mita. Okay, this 5 columns will be extracted here. So for this, let's try to write the code. Print again, then results df. Okay, results df dot loc. Clear? After that, what I will do, I will put a square bracket here, and I will extract a value, say science colon IP, because I have to extract a value from science to IP. Give a comma here. Now the range for the students, say from Sonu. Okay, give me a minute. From Sonu to which student? To Mita. Clear? So I will write here MITA, Mita. After that, I will perform the slicing operation. So here you will come to know that I have extracted the data for Sonu, Rita, Sita, Golu and Mita for 3 subjects, say science, Hindi and IP. So in this way we can perform the slicing operation. So this was all about the 7th question. Now let's move to the next question, that is question number 8. Find out number of marks from Sonu to Mita. Now let's move to the next question. Question number 8. Find out number of marks from Sonu to Mita from IP to science. It means what we will be doing here. Again, what can be the expected output, since we can go from left to right, not from right to left. In case if we are going from right to left, we will be finding the empty data frame. Okay, say I am going to write here print as per the question result df dot loc. Clear? Result df dot loc. After that, I am passing here the values as a, say, from IP to science. So I will be writing here IP colon science. Okay, now from Sonu to Mita. So the above statement will be same as the above one. I will write here Sonu ratio MITA. Now I will be getting an empty data frame. Why? Because I am talking about IP to science. It means the interpreter will not work from bottom to top. Okay. So because of that, we will be getting the empty data frame. In the same way, suppose that if I write here, suppose that for an example, let's say I am making a sequence correct here, say science and here IP. Okay, so I will be getting a proper output here. Okay, but what will happen if I interchange the name here, say Mita first and Sonu in the last. So what will happen? It's not going to extract from Mita to Sonu. Okay, so again in this case I will. Now let's move to the next question. Question number 8. Find out number of marks from Sonu to Mita from IP to science. It means what we will be doing here. Again, what can be the expected output, since we can go from left to right, not from right to left. In case if we are going from right to left, we will be finding the empty data frame. Okay, say I am going to write here print as per the question result df dot loc. Clear? Result df.loc. After that, I am passing here the values as a, say, from IP to science. So I will be writing here IP colon science. Okay. Now from Sonu to Mita. So the above statement will be same as the above one. I will write here Sonu ratio MITA. Now I will be getting an empty data frame. Why? Because I am talking about IP to science. It means the interpreter will not work from bottom to top. Okay. So because of that, we will be getting the empty data frame. In the same way, suppose that if I write here, suppose that for an example, let's say I am making a sequence correct here, say science, and here IP. Okay, so I will be getting a proper output here. Okay, but what will happen if I interchange the name here, say Mita first and Sonu in the last. So what will happen? It's not going to extract from Mita to Sonu. Okay, so again in this case I will be getting the empty data frame, because the extraction takes place from left to right and from top to bottom. Please note it down. Okay, so in this case what will happen if I write Sonu and Mita here? Okay, it will extract the correct one, but instead of writing that, if I make a swap here, I will get the empty data frame. Now let's move to the next question. Question number 9. Find out the number of marks for Geeta and Mona from science to IP. It means from science to IP, I have to get the numbers for Geeta and Mona. For these two students, I have to get the marks from science to IP. So for this, I will be writing here print results df.loc, and then I will write here which subjects that I have to get science to IP. So there will be a slicing one. So I will perform the slice operation science ratio IP. Clear? Now for which students I have to get the results, say Geeta and Mona. So I will write here GITA Geeta, comma, say MONA Mona. Sorry, Geeta and Mona. Okay, now let's try to fetch the results, and here you will come to know that we have fetched the results for Geeta and Mona from science to IP onwards, the 3 consecutive subjects. I hope this concept is also clear to you. Now let's move to the next question. A question of this video content. Find out the number of marks obtained by Neeta and Sonu. Neeta and Sonu in Hindi and in computer science. Okay, we have to identify the marks obtained by Neeta and Sonu. It means Sonu is here and Neeta is here, and we have to identify the marks of them for Hindi and computer science CS. So let's try to write the query, or write down the statement. For it, I will write print results df.loc. Okay, now we will be using the 2 square brackets here. The first square bracket, in the first square bracket, I will be writing the name of the columns here. Say Hindi, comma, CS. Why I have been writing CS? Because as per the question is asking, I will be writing here CS as it is, because Python is a case sensitive language. It is important to note down in a proper way. So in the left square bracket, we have passed 2 parameters, Hindi and CS, as per the question asked. And here in the right hand side square bracket, what we are going to do, we are going to pass the values of the students whose data is to be fetched. Say the question is asking about Nita and Sonu. It means I have to pass Nita first, and after it give a comma here and write down Sonu. Okay, when I will pass this one, after that I will run this code, and here you will find that I have successfully extracted a value for Nita and Sonu for the subjects Hindi and Science, Computer Science. Okay, it doesn't make any difference here whether you write CS first or Hindi second. Okay, suppose that if I write here CS first and Hindi second in the second option, so it will just change the sequence, but it doesn't give you the empty data frame. Why? Because we are not performing the slice operation here. When you are performing the slice operation, it performs from top to bottom and left to right. In case of vice versa, from right to left or bottom to top, you will get the empty data frame there. I hope this concept was clear to you. If you have any doubts regarding this, please let me know in the comment section. Till then, thank you. Have a nice day ahead.